There is a difference between someone who wants to fix you and someone who wants to love you. And someone who wants to fix you, who only wants to fix you, that desire to fix you may come from a very good place. But if all that they want to do is to fix you, then it will be clear that there's a difference between someone who wants to just fix you and someone who actually wants to love you. Someone who wants to fix you will hand out advice that you never asked for. It will tell you to do things that you know you should do, tell you to do things that you have not done, tell you to do things that you've tried and you can't do. They will just give you advice and leave it at that. And they might shrug their shoulders when you don't do it and think, well, I tried. And they might then turn their back on you, go away from you. But someone who wants to love you will listen, will sit with you, will desire to try to suffer with you, and will probably feel inadequate because they can't suffer with you enough, and because they can't bring an end to your suffering. Their desire is not to give you unasked for advice and tell you what to do to try to fix you, but rather to sit with you. To try to understand, to try to suffer with. Now, we cannot do that perfectly with each other. We are incapable of fully taking on someone else's suffering, of completely suffering with. There's only so much that we can do when we try to love someone else. This is why God became a man, because he, our Lord Jesus Christ, as true man and true God, is capable of suffering with us in a way that we can't with each other. He has taken into himself all of our sin, all of our suffering, all of our illnesses, all of our weakness, all of the awful has been poured into his body. And as a human, he can suffer. As a real man, he can go through the pain like we go through pain. But as God, as true God, he's capable of taking all of it in. And to not just understand a little bit of what we're going through, which is about the best that we can do with each other, sitting and suffering a little bit with another. He has taken all of it into himself. And in him, there is hope for our suffering being brought to an end point. There is hope for glory that is so big and wonderful, it is not worth comparing with the suffering that we are going through now. There is a difference between someone who just wants to fix you and someone who wants to love you. And our God reveals himself on the cross, in the flesh, as one who can and does love you.